What's going on, everybody? This is RFBM, Raising the Financial Bar with Mar. So today I just wanted to give you some updates on the stimulus checks and the EIDL grant. So in total, the IRS has issued about 127 million payments with a value of 325 billion. Most of these payments were issued just 1 week after President Biden signed the 1.9 trillion American Rescue Plan, but it left many people out of the equation. So the latest update is that the Social Security recipients will be receiving their stimulus payments by April 7th. So the Social Security Administration had a couple of reasons why they had a delay in sending these payments out. However, hopefully they will be able to actually bring these by April 7th, simply because a lot of people are very frustrated and experiencing some issues receiving the payments, and they want to know why they were unable to get these payments sent quicker, considering that many Americans received their stimulus a week after President Biden passed the bill. In addition, some low-income people, including individuals over 65 who earn less than $14,000, aren't required to file taxes, which has made it difficult for the IRS to determine where to send these checks. The IRS has generally relied on tax returns to determine eligibility, as well as direct deposit information. So that could be, in addition, a reason why there are some issues sending these payments out to all of these individuals. So if you watched my previous video, I did state that I still did not receive my stimulus check, and it did say that they will mail it out the 26th. So I'm still patiently waiting to see if it's sent off, but whenever it comes, but as long as it comes. It's really unfortunate for those that I know might need it even more than me. So I will provide a couple of links to see how you can track the status of your payment, including the IRS Get My Payment Tool. Although it's unreliable, it could be another means in which you could try to track and get a status of what's going on and why you aren't getting your payment. I mean, being honest, it could be so many reasons. It could be incorrect bank information that hadn't been updated before because it's a new tax season. It could be that your address changed, or if you're a dependent or somebody has your personal information, a family member perhaps, they could have claimed you. Now let's get into the EIDL grant information. So I don't know the process for everybody else, but for those of you that have received the EIDL Targeted Advance application, the process for me is finally getting some type of progress. The 28th is when I first received the application. The following day after filling out the application, I signed the 4506T form and submitted it. After that, I contacted the SBA a couple times to check on my status. And just recently, today, the 31st, I received a call from a loan officer. Now, for those of you that have received a call from a loan officer, I don't know what they told you, but they personally let me know that I had to provide some type of documentation prior to January 2020 that indicates that I had any business activity. So I know that might be difficult for some, but what I was instructed was it had to have my business name on it. And that could be a bit confusing and challenging for some people, simply because if you're a single member LLC, a lot of times you might pay in your actual name as opposed to your business name. And for me, that is a process that I go through for the community college that I do some contract work with. And I also receive invoices from any photography gigs that I have, but it was difficult trying to pull up that information. But so for those of you that haven't received a call yet, that's something to look into. Make sure that you have documentation prior to January 2020 that indicates that you have business activity, because they just want to confirm that your business is legitimate and it actually has some type of traction. So that could be bank account statements, that could be a business license, that could be advertisements, website domain information, anything that's indicative of showing a reflection of business activity, you know, an invoice, a check sent out into your business name, all the likes. So I would look into that if I were you. Hopefully that means that the loan officer will be able to process my information as soon as possible. I'm looking to hopefully get a response before this week ends, and by then hopefully it's approved, and then I'll just be waiting for them to allocate those funds into my bank account. Once again, in order for you to qualify for this, you would have to have lived in a lower income community and experienced an economic loss of 30% or more within an 8-week time period. It kind of sucks because it almost appears as if this is only just dedicated to lower income individuals, but you could be a person that experienced economic loss but does make a considerable amount of money and be stationed in a lower income community, and vice versa. So hopefully they're able to pass that bill that they do have proposed and that they're trying to push in Congress so that other income communities are able to receive this funding as well. But currently standing, this is what it is. And I really hope that there will be some more updates so that individuals from all backgrounds are able to receive these funds. But for now, this is just what we're dealing with, and this is what we're going to have to experience until something else is adjusted and pushed. Anyone that's a part of the business industry understands we all need the money. We all could use some extra cash during these trying times, and after the onslaught of the pandemic, I know many of us have lost opportunities and had this cut into their revenue. So let's hope the EIDL Advance is extended to everybody regardless of location. If you have any questions regarding your application, I would advise you to contact the customer service for the application, simply because they might be able to answer your questions, and depending on what agent you have, they might be more knowledgeable than the latter. As always, I appreciate the support. If you enjoyed this content, please give it a like and subscribe. Once again, this is RFBM, Raising the Financial Bar with Mar. Peace.
Our own mind has to be changed. We have to change our mind about ourselves.
But this world is such a gimme. Everybody back off. You know, everybody's like taught that from school.
I don't come to bow, I come to conquer.